Gobble, gobble. Welcome to the TDWG podcast. It's Thanksgiving, and my name's Paul Davidson.
That means my name is Scott Norman in Turkey.
And we're actually not at the faculty Thanksgiving dinner, believe it or not. We're just popping in on your turkey day to say what's up and just kind of,
hang out, see what you guys are up to, because who wants to watch the Lions today? I mean...
Well, that parade was pretty dope.
It was. I mean, I enjoyed gigantic Snoopy. Always solid.
Yep. So, and more importantly, just a big heads up to everybody, because most of the time people are listening to us on YouTube. So if you're one of our YouTube subscribers, thanks. But we've actually branched out. We're actually on Spotify now, surprisingly.
Diversification, and maybe by the
Fingers
time
crossed.
that you hear this, we might also be on Apple Podcasts, because iTunes is dead. But Apple Podcasts, and if you are on Apple Podcasts, or if we are on Apple Podcasts by then that means that all these other third-party services will be scraping us into their services as well. So
any of your podcast apps, you might be able to listen to us on the future, not just the YouTubes. Anyway, since it is Turkey Day, since it is Thanksgiving, we figured we might as well answer some Thanksgiving things.
Back in the bunker.
Well, it's Thanksgiving in the bunker.
Yeah,
Where else are you going to watch the Lions? Come on.
Bunker's giving.
All right, so first off, Mr. Norman, turkey or ham for your main entree?
100%, not a question, not a doubt, turkey.
Yes, turkey. I don't understand ham people. Ham is for Christmas. Christmas ham, Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah, it's how it works. I think kind of offended a student the other day because they were arguing this with me, and I said, actually, the best ham is turkey, and they were confused. But you can actually purchase ham that is made out of turkey. Like, it looks like a ham, but it's turkey.
That's kind of like what we had for our staff Thanksgiving
meal.
Basically. And with that said, you can have both, but I prefer to go for the turkey. My family's actually even weirder. They usually have pork roast on top of turkey and ham.
So my family, now my in-laws, actually, introduced me to a new tradition, and that is, what's it? Oh, gosh.
Is it deep frying the turkey?
No. Oh, my goodness. The stuff that's like gigantic thick bacon.
Yeah, pork roe. Or pork loin.
No, it's hog jowl. That's what it's
called.
Oh,
hog jowl.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
You're from Virginia. You should know what hog... Oh, you're not...
I'm not from Virginia. I lived in Nova. Nova is not Virginia, and Virginia will tell you that.
All right, so now that on our plates we got our main dishing of turkey, dark or white meat.
I like both. I like actually having both because I switch back and forth between the two, and it keeps it interesting as I'm just gorging myself on turkey.
See, I like that dry white meat, that breast that you can just lather with gravy and
See, both though.
All right, so now that we have our main entree, as I was saying, what about the sides? What's your favorite side at Thanksgiving?
See, this is hard for me to narrow down. Here's why. If anyone ever asks, so like if we previously had done a podcast where you asked my favorite food, my answer almost always is the Thanksgiving meal. Like whole thing.
They got to pick a slice of the Thanksgiving meal.
Well, I just have to explain this backstory for this. So here's what I always do on Thanksgiving. I pile my plate up in like almost kind of wedges of each different kind of food, and then I eat like to the middle, combining it all into a single
like
bite.
Like a slop?
Every time. Yeah, I mean like a little bit of turkey, a little bit of potatoes, a little bit of stuffing, lots of gravy, a little bit of specifically jellied cranberry sauce, not the kind with the big old chunks of cranberry in it because it's gross.
Yeah.
Anyway, so and the green beans. You put it all together and then you take a bite. So if I had to pick a single side, it's stuffing.
Stuffing.
And actually stuffing.
Yeah. Even though it's not healthy for you, and
Who
it's probably going to kill you.
Thanksgiving.
It's Thanksgiving. I prefer stuffing, or dressing is my personal favorite, just specifically my aunt. We call her Mama Kim. Her stuffing is the greatest, technically dressing because it's not put inside the turkey.
Yeah.
But her dressing is the best dressing I've ever ate. So her dressing is probably my number one. But I do something similar to you. I take the roll, like you get a roll at Thanksgiving, and I open it up, and I'll put a little bit of turkey on there, and then I'll start stacking the different sides as a Thanksgiving sandwich, and then I would just eat the roll.
I don't do that for the main meal, but that is what I eat for every meal for the next 4 days. That is the exact meal that I eat. And actually, I have to give a shout out to my mom and now my wife's rolls, who, my mom started out just amazing rolls. It was one of my favorite things from Thanksgiving, and she would make with the same dough rolls and then cinnamon rolls. And then my wife learned how to make them and now makes them equally amazing. And so the rolls are a very close second to the stuffing. But I get the rolls more often, so it's not as Thanksgiving.
The first time I ever ate at my wife's Thanksgiving with her family, like I actually did my sandwich. I took a dinner roll, opened it up, and started making my sandwich. And my sister-in-law just kind of stared at me like, "What the heck is he doing?"
This alien.
Yep. Now that we got our plates filled, I
Man.
see the dessert table over there.
I'm hungry now.
I know. I see the dessert table over there. What are you going to go after on that dessert table?
Man, I'm just eyeing down the turkey and gravy and stuffing now.
You're not a dessert person?
Oh, I am.
You gotta understand. Like it's the Hunger Games down here.
So-
even though it's just me and you in this or on this podcast, there's more than just us in this bunker.
Yeah, it's
like,
true.
As soon as everybody gets done eating this pile of food in front of us,
Yeah.
it's gonna be like no holds barred, Mad Max Fury Thanksgiving over there on the dessert table.
So here's my deal. Once again, you have to kind of go back to the pattern of Thanksgiving. And that is, I usually absolutely gorge myself on Thanksgiving dinner, which is actually lunch for us usually. And then around 3 o'clock, I come back for desserts. 2 or 3, depends on how much I ate. And so the 2 desserts that are the top. Number 1, pumpkin pie is the classic. But the one that I eat the most of is actually called a date nut roll or a date log. All right?
Date log.
Yes, so date nut roll. Not like you're dating, but like dates, like the fruit thing. And my mom makes this as well, and it's like crumbled up graham crackers, and then dates, marshmallows, and a whole bunch of other goodness, and literally just pressed and rolled in foil into a log shape. And then you like unwrap the log, slice it up, and either eat it by itself or you eat it with whipped cream on top, and it's a much lighter dessert, unless you eat like half a log like I do.
Yeah.
And it's delicious.
See, my personal favorite is still pumpkin pie, as you said. That's the one I'm going to go for. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and just grab this entire pumpkin pie because it's mine. Luckily, there's 2 over there.
I was going to say,
this one's mine.
I'm eyeing that other one.
This one's mine. But yeah, any type of pie is usually the way I go. Pumpkin is number 1. Then I would go like chocolate and then pecan. That would be my ranking of the pies.
Pecan is really hit or miss, though.
Yes.
Like, there are people who are good at pecan pie, and it's amazing. And there are people bad at pecan pie, and it's gross. Mm-hmm. So it's just hit or miss.
All right, so now that we're almost done with the meal, at least our morning meal. This is our breakfast, by the way.
Oh yeah, this is early.
While the parade is going on, I know I said that the parade is over. The parade's over for us because we saw Snoopy, so we're done watching the parade.
And we had to do this. So.
Yeah, and we had to do this for you, the fans out there. So what's the rest of your day look like, Mr. Norman?
All right, so the usual standard is if my parents are available, sometimes we will go down and visit them. This year, we're kind of a different standard because my parents are up around here. And so we're going to be hanging out with my in-laws after we're done gorging ourselves here. Probably head over to their house and have all kinds of deliciousness. And then, because, we're all of a sudden moving on from being grateful here in America, there is some Black Friday shopping that potentially might be happening later on this evening. So keep an eye out. Walmart coming for you.
Those DVD, those Blu-rays. That's
Oh,
what
yeah,
I'm all about.
always.
Yeah. That's all I care about in Black Friday shopping.
I got the entire Harry Potter series that way for $2 a piece, and then I got the entire Lord of the Rings series that way. It's a great deal.
It is. See, personally, I'm going to go to my grandmother's house for lunch. My grandmother had 7 kids and has 16 grandkids, and all of us are married, or not all of us are married, but there's people who have married in, grandkids at this point. And so there's like 50 of us, and a lot of us will show up there at my and we all live here in Porterville, believe it or not. All but like 2 of us currently live here in Porterville. So yeah, it's a big to-do. So we'll be going over there for hers for lunch, and then as soon as we're done with lunch, we're gonna go back to my house, pack everything up, and drive up to Illinois for my wife's Thanksgiving dinner. We'll eat dinner with them. Then we'll look at Black Friday ads, and then to figure out what everybody wants for Christmas.
Where to go.
And then on the way back from Illinois, at peak Black Friday, like right after like the craziness has ended, but it's still like the deals and everything's still pretty well stocked. That's the perfect time, right when we're heading through Cape on our way back from Illinois, and so we stop and we hit everything up.
So my only question is, eating now, eating in between, eating later, are you going to be, like, able to fit in your car?
Well, you see, it's kind of like the Santa Claus, where Thanksgiving calories don't actually count.
Oh, okay.
And so, yes, I am going to balloon. I've already ballooned out into this giant man, but I will be able to magically like shrink down.
Kind of like a balloon. You'll just...
Yep.
And then you're back to normal size.
Pretty much. All right. Well, I guess we better finish up eating here. That way we can actually go and Black Friday shop this evening.
Yeah, I'm about to go grab that pie here in a second.
So no one in our bunker got pie this year except me and you.
Yeah, I mean, there's that pecan pie. I don't want to chance it, so I'm going with the
I'm
pumpkin.
sorry I made the pecan pie. Anyway, until next time, my name's been Paul Davidson.
My name is, and Lord willing, will be Scott Norman.
And we've been two
Dumb Woke Guys.
Gobble Gobble.